do YouTube/Patreon/BitChute. Today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. In today's video, I want to talk about the blessing is always bigger than the downfall. Huh? What you say? The blessing is always bigger than the downfall. What that mean? See, as humans, right? Especially if you're somebody that's been through a struggle. Now, if you grew up in a house, you got both your parents, you grew up in a nice home, and you've never really been through nothing, I'm not knocking you. You know what I mean? I'm not making you feel bad. That's great that you got both your parents and that you grew up in a nice, stable home and things like that. You didn't have to struggle and you didn't really have to learn hard lessons. But at the same time, you can try to relate to what I'm saying. You see what I mean? But if you somebody like me that grew up in poverty, you had to fight for damn near everything that you got. And you had to, you know what I mean? You had to earn that shit. You know what I mean? And if not, take that shit. And I'm not saying that as in just, just taking people's shit or nothing like that. I'm just figure of speech. You know what I mean? Like, you had to fight. I had to fight all my life. You know what I mean? Like, I had to struggle. You see what I mean? So it's like, when you go through shit like that, you taking more losses than you taking wins. And the people that can relate to this shit, no matter what color, what creed, ethnicity, nationality you is, if you've been through a struggle, you can relate to what I'm saying. So when you're going through this shit, you take more losses than you take wins. But that's not necessarily a bad thing because, yeah, you might be down on your luck. You might be broke. Or, you might be fucked up in the game, meaning that, things not going as good as they should be or as good as you want them to be. But you have to take a step back and really think about it. The blessing is always bigger than the downfall, especially if you've been through this shit. Like anybody out there, like, because my videos come across any type of people. You could be an ex-millionaire, or you could be a millionaire that lost all your money and gained it back, and you learned from that shit, or anything, you know what I mean? Or just a regular person that just, you just been, getting kicked when you was down. When you was down, you could have been doing good at one point in time, car, apartment, or house, or whatever, everything going good for you, and then you could have lost it all, whether it was your fault or whether it was just or whether it just happened naturally. You see what I mean? And when you go through times like that, it's gonna really show you who your true friends are. When you're going through a real downfall and a real struggle, it's gonna show you who your real friends are. Period. If you can't relate to this, you can try. But if you can relate to this, I'm speaking real facts. And when you go through a struggle, right, and you down, that's gonna show you who your real friends are. You see what I mean? And that's going to show you who your real family are. Just because you're born into a family biologically don't mean that those people actually treat you like family or actually is your family. It's motherfucking strangers out here that treat you better than your own family. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, then you can relate to this. And when you down, you're going to have motherfuckers kick you. You're going to have motherfuckers spit at you. Not literally, figure of speech. You're going to have people talk shit about you and then come in your face and, woo, 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 and go behind your back and talking shit, But guess what, though? If you ever been through a struggle, you ever been knocked down, you know that nothing bad lasts forever and nothing good lasts forever. But check me out, though. When I say nothing bad lasts forever, yeah, you going through a struggle. Yeah, you down. Yeah, you fucked up in the game. But guess what? The blessing is always bigger than the downfall. Right? Meaning, yeah, you might be fucked up. You could be homeless, anything. But if you ever been through this shit before, when you fucked up, the Most High is always going to bless you. And every time you fall, the blessing is always bigger every time. So yeah, you might fall harder and harder and harder. But every time you get up and get blessed, the blessing gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The blessing is always bigger than the downfall. Just because you're down on your luck, don't mean it's going to last forever. Wake the damn up.